Rosbifs Rugby preview of Grenoble. Yes, we pronounce it Grenoble, Grenoble, Grenoble. It's a tricky one, especially in the English language. At Rosbifs Rugby, your one-stop shop for all things French rugby in English. We don't profess to be perfect at French, but we're going with Grenoble. And I've got the jumper on to show it. This is only one of the few videos where I've managed to dig out a bit of stash as well from one of our trips, which was back in 2023. But let's get into this preview. Grenoble are undoubtedly one of the big boys in Pro D2. They've been losing finalists in Pro D2 and have lost the top 14 access match in each of the last 3 seasons. These guys are the bridesmaids. They've lost to Perpignan twice and once to Montpellier in between that. They were the top spot last year. They were the best team in the league. They kind of tailed off a little bit towards the end of the season, but that was kind of as they were building up for the barrage. They kind of knew that they were going to finish in the top 2, but they did then lose the final and they lost that access match. They lost the final to Montauban in kind of bizarre circumstances. Montauban were unbelievable in that game. Grenoble were heavy favourites going into it. And then Grenoble lost the access match to Perpignan. I predicted for them to be first again because of how consistent they were last season. Rich has gone for 4th. He just thinks a couple of other sides have overtaken them. But generally, last year they were hugely physical. They can kind of steamroller most teams with just the physicality. Anyone that watched the semi-final, which was live on FR UK for free on their YouTube channel, which plenty of the games will be again this year. Anyone that watched that would have seen the physicality that they brought to the game, not just in the pack, but also in the backline. And the backs, the synchronicity of those backs, the way they worked together was brilliant. They scored the most tries in the top 14 last year, 116 in 30 games, so averaging nearly 4 tries a game across an entire season. And the most points, that's pretty impressive. 10 bonus point wins from 15 at home. They were unstoppable at Stade Alpes. So 15 wins at home. They were unbeaten. But to get 10 bonus points, and in Pro D2, you've got to be 3 clear tries. So if you're the opposition, it's not 4 tries necessarily. If the opposition score 1 or 2, then you've got to score 4 to get the bonus point, or 5 if they score 2. Yeah, they were just phenomenal. So it's not just the kind of, to call them physical is kind of underselling them, because their backline was fantastic, led by the magician of the mountains, Sam Davis, who we will come on to in a bit. But you'll see there that why she support them, well, because of they are the nearly men. But generally, for fans of skiing and chartreuse, Grenoble is, for any fans of skiing, they may well have been to Grenoble, because it is one of the, the stadium's called the Stade des Alpes, and it has beautiful views of the Alps. We went there in winter in 2023, so just about saw some shots of the Alps, but if you go there in summer, you can see the Alps in the background over the top of the stadium, which is really, really cool. They do share that stadium as well with Grenoble Foot, which is the Ligue 2 football team, confusingly. So they are Grenoble Foot, or known as Grenoble Foot. Confusingly, Grenoble Rugby, or Grenoble Rugby, are FC Grenoble Rugby, Football Club de Grenoble Rugby. Incredibly confusing. FCG Grenoble Rugby. Stick with it. But yeah, we've been to Grenoble, and skiing fans will know that it's only open in winter. I think it only operates between December and April. Similarly, Chambéry, but luckily Lyon is only an hour away on the bus or the train. I think we got bus from the airport. It was only about an hour. Really cheap as well. So pretty easy one to get to. Vibrant city. And the magician of the mountains, Sam Davis, his spirit, Toca Vida, which I think is a range of kind of cocktail spirits, is available in bars across Grenoble. He told us when he came on our podcast last year. We were thrilled to have him on. But in terms of our own personal experience, La Cuisine des Tontons is a place to go, if only to be seen to be believed, for frankly unnecessarily large French classics. The portion sizes were enormous of steak tartare. We were all completely stuffed. We could barely move. We had to drag ourselves up the hill to the Ciel rooftop bar, which has some amazing views of Grenoble, but we had to walk it and we were still absolutely stuffed. But anyway, enough about our trips. Get in touch with us if you want to know more about our trips, and subscribe as well. But get in touch with us, DM us at Rosbifs Rugby on all social media. The squad, as I mentioned, they were really, really strong last year. I've gone for them to be first place because they've got a really consistent squad across the board. So like the quality of the squad and the depth chart is pretty consistent. They do, and I mentioned the back line fired really, really well. The main man and our Pro Day player of the season for last year was Sam Davis, the magician of the mountains, as we called him. He was so instrumental to how they play. Is he the best currently playing Welsh fly half? He could well be. He's got brilliant, brilliant kicking game, wand of the left boot, but he also it's easy to get caught up in that. His running game and the tempo he played with at times, running from deep, taps and goes, was absolutely fantastic. He is currently injured with quite a nasty shoulder injury, so he might be out until about November, which is why Rich has gone for them to be fourth. But they've got some capable players within that. Roman Truyu, big fan of at Rosbifs. He's a really, really classy centre. Quite physical as well. He can play 10, has played 10, kick sticks as well, so they hopefully won't miss much in terms of the goal kicking of Sam Davis, because Truyu might well fit in. Romain Fouzier in the centre, another hugely physical centre, both sides of the ball, and a brilliant partner for whoever played with him in the centres, typically Truyu. Just such a good all-round player. Johannes Jonker, as I mentioned, the physicality of Grenoble is key and helped them dominate sides. Johannes Jonker, South African tight head prop, played at Bath, not capped internationally, wasn't amazing at Bath, but Sam Davis credited him as having a huge impact for Grenoble at last year and that Grenoble scrum. But we've got to give a few shout-outs for the other unsung players within that side. Tommy Reyno, near ever present at Loosehead with great work rate, again part of that big scrum. Jose Madeira, the Portuguese kind of second row, back row, athletic line-out man, made loads of tackles, barely missed a tackle as well. And then Antonin Berrier, kind of typical unsung hero, if you like, a flanker that just makes loads and loads of tackles, right up there in the charts with Jose Madeira as well. And some young talent is in there coming through. They actually bring through a load of young talent. One name that hasn't played for them, I don't think yet, Samuel Bielbiere, 20-year-old centre. Yes, same name. We reckon he could be one to keep an eye on. But talking of brothers, Hugo Truyu, Roman Truyu's brother, like his brother, very classy runner, kicker, got plenty of game time and tries at fullback and on the wing last year. Max Clement, he's going to have a key role at the start of the season. He was the fly half. They were slowly getting game time into him at fly half. He does seem to be the long-term investment at fly half. And a guy that I noticed over the summer in the Under-20s World Championship, Mathis Barre, dynamic ball carrier, impressive offloading game. Like to see him get a bit of game time. They've got plenty of options in that back row, but would like to see him get a bit of game time. They do lose actually Pio Mururu, who is a real key cog for them at mercurial talent, but on his day a devastating ball carrier. They lose him at 8. He's gone to Clermont. He could be brilliant on his day, so maybe we will see a bit of Mathis Barre. Elsewhere, they've lost Wilfred Halleux, who was Grenoble's top try scorer last season with 18 tries, second top try scorer I think in the year before that, so 32 tries for Grenoble and 58 appearances, which is pretty impressive. Clearly a very good finisher with those stats, but he had so much work rate, great work rate around the park. He's gone to Racing, that shows the quality of him. Another player that's gone to Racing is Thomas Leno, huge line-out operator, key part of their line-out which works so well. He's gone to Racing to sort out their line-out. He made our Pro Day team of the season. And Pierce Phillips, the Englishman, has gone to Rouen in National, did a load of the dirty work alongside Thomas Leno last season. So they do lose over the summer 4 key players. But they've signed relatively well. Raffaele Costastorti, 24-year-old Portuguese winger, is the current record try scorer for most tries within a Pro Day season from when he was at Béziers a couple of years ago. 21 tries in 19 games, which is unbelievable. Tells you all you need to know about his finishing. So maybe they won't miss Halleux. He barely got any game time at Stade Francais, which is so bizarre. He is a fantastic finisher. I think he's out until about September. Roman Rufanak, hooker from Pau, got a lot of game time at Pau, a lot of top 14 experience. That feels like a really good pickup. He's an accurate line-out thrower, so hopefully that limits the disruption to their line-out with losing Leno and Pierce Phillips. Josh Thompson, big Fijian lock, comes in from the Western Force. Hopefully, he's got some big shoes to fill at second row, but that seems like a good pickup coming in from Super Rugby. So, plenty of talent all around. a good squad to begin with. The age profile of the squad is they're kind of all developing around the same time. A lot of players in their mid to late 20s. So, in a sentence, it's a fairly settled squad. Should be collective, hitting their collective prime. This could be the year that Grenoble make it to the top 14. But that's not really sticking our necks on the line, is it, that much? Let us know what you think. If you've got any questions about Grenoble, get in the comments. What do you think? Do you think this will be their year? Can they fill the gaps that they've missed and will miss with injuries? Get in touch and make sure you subscribe to Rosbifs Rugby so you see the rest of our Pro Day 2 previews. Another one will be coming up pretty soon.